Hey guys, Huffman here, and today I'm just gonna give you some quick tips to wrap correctly your Izula. I have received this one. This is the OD green version, and I received it like 2 days ago. And I'm gonna do the wrapping right now, and I just figured out I should do a little video to tell you the quick tips that you gotta follow in order to have a good wrapping. Like this one I think is very good, because I remember at the time I had some troubles about the wrapping and the knot here at the end, so I had to do it I guess 4 or 5 times before having this result. I'm not gonna give you some fancy wrapping, I'm just gonna follow the one that is on the instructions. But basically you gotta be aware of the fact that you gotta really follow some tips and some rules in order to have consistent results. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Basically 3 tips that I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna separate, and cut the pieces of the video that are like uninteresting, because I'm not gonna make a video of the whole wrapping, it's not necessarily interesting, but just to give you the tips. So let's go. So the first tip is to wrap your cord and just pull really hard on both extremities, because if you don't, it's gonna get loose. And you see here, it's like really tight. It's really hard actually. It's so tied up that it's really hard. So you pull really hard. I mean, you can pull really hard. It's some paracord, it's not gonna break on you. You pull hard, and then you pass the other way. Yeah, like that. And this one right here. And then again you gotta pull really hard before making the next one. So again you pull really hard. Be sure that everything is well compressed and tight, So this is the first tip. Alright, so you see I've done the wrapping almost completely, and the second tip that you want to follow is to be sure that you make as many passages here on this space as possible, because basically if it's not tight enough in this sense, when you make like some sort of stabbing motion, then you're gonna push all the paracord towards the blade and create some space here. So here you see it looks good, I could like begin to wrap the hole, but if I make like a stabbing motion, yeah, you see that's just what I did. You see that it creates some space here. So you really got to do as many passages as possible to really fill in this space and be sure that it's not gonna create some space here on the top. And in order to do that, you're gonna push what you've already wrapped towards the blade, and then it will create some space here, and be sure you fill this empty space with the paracord. Another tip that you want to follow, and this is kind of a preliminary tip to the third one, which is basically about the knot. The last wrapping that you're gonna do, you want to make an incomplete one. So you're gonna wrap only one extremity. You see, I've passed it down here, and the other one you don't wrap it, so it's got a half wrapping, for the last one, in a manner that, so this is the wrapped one, this is the non-wrapped one. This one you pass it like this, and you can wrap this way, and this one on the other way, because at the end, if you do a complete wrapping here, you're gonna wrap the hole in the same way, you know, in this sense, like this, and you can't have an effective knot at the end if you do that. So yeah, you do an incomplete one, and this one you're gonna just make the tour here and begin wrapping on this side, so on opposite ways. Alright, so basically when you're here, the wrapping is almost over. The only thing that you're gonna do is make the end knot. So what I did in this one, you make just a regular knot. I don't know if you can see that with the light. Yeah, this is just a regular knot, you know, but the thing that I did at the end, I've cut the pieces remaining and I've burnt it, and not only the extremities of the paracord, but I've burned the whole knot in a manner that every single paracord is gonna get stitched by fire with the other one. So it's not a knot, it's like a whole little pack of burnt plastic, so you just cannot get untied, because it's each paracord is not individualized anymore. It's just like a piece of burnt plastic. So that's the tip for a solid knot, and you're sure it's not gonna get untied, basically, because everything is burned, so it cannot be. So yeah, you make just a regular knot, cut the part off, and burnt it. So now you see that I've made the knot here in the end. Again, you pull really hard to be sure that it's perfectly tight, and I'm gonna pull one more time. Yeah, so it's really hard. Cut that pieces off, and with the lighter you just burn not just the extremities, but the whole knot itself. Alright, so now the two pieces remaining are now cut, so I'm gonna burn it. And this is how it looks when you have burnt everything. You see, this is just one piece of plastic and not some pieces of paracord anymore, so that's a pretty good result. It's gonna be really tight, and it's not gonna move when you're using it and everything, and never gonna get untied. So that's it for the tips. So basically 3, pull hard on the paracord. The second is fill in this space as much as possible. And the last one, if you want really an effective knot, you just cut the pieces off and burn it, and not just the extremities, but the whole knot. So that's basically all the tips that I had to tell you about it. Thank you for watching, guys, and see ya.